Hi. Welcome to one of my favorite things to do, which is hang out on my front porch. It's just way too nice of a day to be sitting inside, so I brought you out here with me. Thanks for joining me. And just so you know, this is the real world. I live on a street with neighbors and cars and bees buzzing around and lots of birds. So there may be noise, and we're just going to roll with that today. Um, so today, what I want to talk about is the controlling parts of ourselves, the parts of us that want to control the show, really in control what's going on inside of us. So that's going to at least be for today's subject, the parts that want to control our own internal experience. They often come out in other ways in wanting to control other people's experiences, but I think it all comes back to the desire to control how we feel and the desire to control what's going on inside of us. So the thing I think about these parts that I know very well from my own experience, and from working with other folks in this arena, is that they're tricky. They can sound so much like the truth of who we are. The other day I got the idea to talk about this because I was dancing. And there was a part of me that just really wanted to go slow and stretch and kind of just forget about like the tempo of the music and really go with my own inner tempo. And then there was this part of me that came up, and I was like, but that's not how you do it. No, no, we're gonna do it this way. You have to do it fast. You gotta, sweat and burn those calories and do it this way. And this was the right way to do it. And the truth was, it's a really valid point. But I didn't want that. I wanted to go slow and, just stretch slowly and feel the energy of the music and go, like I said, at my own rhythm that day. And and there was for a few minutes this real like battle going on inside me. And that's what happens when we start to become aware of these controlling parts, is that instantaneously there's a battle we realize. There's them wanting it their way, and there's the other parts that are feeling crappy because they're being yelled at, because they are being told that how they want to do it is not the right way. And even if, we're not necessarily aware of those other parts, because sometimes they're not present, but it's like there's this part that comes forward that's like, no, we have to do it this way, we have to do it this way, we have to do it this way. It's very rigid. And in that space, there's very little flow, there's very little creativity. And frankly, we're just not in the truth of who we are. So, there's sometimes I'm aware when I take a step back and I love these parts, I'll make similar choices, but I'm making the choice. The truth of who I am is making the choice. I'm making the choice because it's in my pleasure, because I really want to, because there's an electricity that's present, it's alive, and I'm in it. I'm not doing it because I think I have to, I think I should, I think I need to, I think it's going to get me the exact result that I want. Also, when we're in that space, what happens is we have an expectation of if I do A, then I will get B. And just so often that's not the case. We'll do A and it'll take a while to get to B, or we'll do A and B will never come, or we skip B altogether and go right to C. Like, sometimes, often, the way we expect things to turn out is not the way that they do turn out. And so when we're pushing and pushing for the right way, what happens, there's a butterfly over there. What happens is that we get upset because we did it the right way. It didn't turn out what we wanted. What happened? What did we do wrong? And then we're really in this dichotomy of right and wrong and right, and it stinks. It's no fun. It's not electric. It's not exciting. There's no pleasure there. The other thing I really find for me in those moments when I'm in that I have to do it right, there's a desperation. I need the result. I need the result to make life better. Life's not okay how it is now. Things are not fine how they are now. I need to get to the destination. I need to do it right so that I can reap the results and have the better human experience because right now sucks. And frankly, that's just not the case. My job is always, how can this moment, right as I am, be really full of pleasure, full of electricity? How can it be an amazing human experience right as it is? And then from that space, how can I create even more incredible things? There's so much more grace and ease when the truth of who I am makes the choice, rather than this part of me that thinks that I need to do it right. And, by extension, making somebody else do it right. So when we're in that space, it comes back to the process I keep talking about of loving that part of us. So there I was dancing, and having this internal war, and I just pulled myself over to the side. And I became aware of that part, and what that does automatically is it separates it from the truth of who I am. I can see clearly in that moment that that's not me. That's not myself with a capital S. That's not my electric, authentic self. That's just a voice, and it needs my love, it needs my attention, and more than that, what it needs is for me to step forward and create a space for it to come back into the wholeness. And then I get to do as I damn well please. And in that moment, what I damn well pleased was just to let the music move through me, to find the slow curves of the music, just to do it my way. And that dance was fantastic. And this part comes up in many other ways than just dancing, but that was one that was really present and clear. Comes up in this a lot. So the next time you start to experience, and I have to do it this way, this is the right way, when you start to feel the push, when you start to feel the intensity and the need and the desperation, take a deep breath and start to just feel the energy of that part of you inside of yourself. In that moment, you'll start to separate from it. You'll recognize that that is not who the truth of you is. It's not who you are. You can look at that part, see what it has to say, love it. Just send it love. You don't have to engage with it. This isn't about creating relationships with it. This isn't about even following it. It's like I invite you to listen always, because it helps take the energy out. And because I think there's something really important about giving the parts of ourselves the voice that they've been trying to use. So get the energy out, love it, and then make your choice. And if parts of you are still feeling desperate, come back to this process. Just keep doing it until you're aware that in the moment of loving, you're who you are. And you can do what you damn well please. And that'll get you a lot further than anything else. So thank you for hanging out with me on my porch. It's getting a little warm out here. I'm going to go get myself some water and get back to some other work. And I'll see you next week. Bye.